So just business as usual, man. Do what I'm supposed to do, handling my business, making my IDs, being a leader on the offensive line, essentially the quarterback of the offensive line. So it's a role I feel like I fit naturally into.
We've heard from a lot of people that you're really taking on a leadership role this year. How naturally do you fit into that aspect of what this year is going to be for you?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, like, I think leaders, you get called to that role, and I just feel like my goal since I've been here just to embody the team, embody our core values, and I think naturally when you live how we're supposed to in our culture, I think you naturally become leaders. We have a lot of leaders throughout this team now that maybe don't have like the title, or maybe guys are talking about, but they're doing exactly what they're supposed to do. So I feel like now as an older guy, maybe have a lot more wisdom than a lot of younger guys, and being able to be a lot more vocal. I think guys tend to lean into what I say a little more.
Following that line, with Juice and Hunter being here before you, those guys were obviously leaders on this team.
Mm-hmm.
What did you get from them that has been valuable to you as now you're into a leadership role? So
I would say the biggest thing is preparation. Those guys did not shy away from preparing at all times in the facility, man, watching tape. And when you are prepared, you obviously know what you're talking about. And when you can speak with conviction and speak as though when people know that you're putting in the proper time and work, it's easy to follow somebody that you know is putting in the right time.
What have you seen out of Cooper Cousins this spring?
Man, Cooper is explosive and he's passionate. He's a natural football player. I've loved to just be around him, and he's a sponge. He's always, we watch tape after every practice, go to training table, come back, crunch the tape down for like an hour and a half. He wants to learn and he wants to be great. So it's easy to feed into a guy like that who wants to be the best.
Coach mentioned a few bumps and bruises this spring practice session. I'm curious if you've kind of seen an increase in the physicality and what you kind of think is the reason for it.
I wouldn't say I noticed too much. The trenches is the trenches. Offensive line, defensive line play is naturally going to be aggressive and physical. I think guys knowing what they're doing. We've obviously had new coordinators come in, but the thing is guys really haven't lost a step in terms of the playbook and stuff like that. So I think also with the veteran guys and the guys who have experience on the offensive and defensive line and just naturally on the team, when you know what you're doing, you can play fast and play physical, and that hasn't been an issue with the playbook and such. So I think guys knowing what they're doing has been easy for guys to play physical.
Nick, we haven't gotten to talk to a ton of the offensive line yet since Andy Kotelnicki took this job.
I'm missing out.
What do you mean by that?
Offensive line has, I would say, like our offensive line, and even like going down, like just great personalities and guys that embody our program. And all of us just hang out afterwards and just kick it. And those are my guys. It would be my wedding, it would be my life forever. So I just can't speak highly enough about the offensive line.
Yeah, and then as far as the relationship goes with Andy, how have you kind of integrated to what he's doing here?
He's a baller, man, and he'll come out and he's just a ball guy, man. You gotta love that. Guys just ingrain himself within the game and care so much about us and care so much about our scheme, and it makes it easy for us to understand. He's a natural teacher, and like I said a little bit going back, I talked about Juice and Hunter. When you know they're putting in time, you know what they're talking about. It's easy to listen to him. He's the same exact way. Like he comes in, he gives us our install, and it's easy to understand.
You say he has an offensive line background, doesn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
So is he really hands-on with you guys?
Yeah, I think more so. I think in the past, the OCs that we've had have been quarterback coaches as well. Now having an offensive coordinator that can poke around in other different rooms and see what's going on and explain what he wants from a schematic standpoint is pretty impressive and easy for us to gel into.
How do you think that has translated to the field this spring? Do you have any different vibes with this spring ball compared to the ones you've been in before?
Yeah, I would say, like, obviously Coach Kotelnicki has been great for our energy, like our energy and like our motivation as offensive line. We're playing really gritty.